am so excited to be sharing my book series bingo with you all. So let's talk about it. Welcome to this House of Walls. My name is Ashley, and on this channel I love to share all things homeschooling and books. Today it's a mashup between my April TBR and a bingo card that I created. And yes, if you have already watched my video about my spring books that I have picked, hello, it's me. I am filming 2 videos today because I have the time and I am just and with it. I still have my little latte with my adorable mug. So I'm going to take another sip of that and then let's talk about April and the bingo that we can play. I read a lot of series and it's not hard. I read a lot of fantasy and most of them are at least a duology. There's few fantasy books that are standalones. That means though that I can have a lot of series going at one time. So I've been wanting to do this for a couple of months, but just have had other things that I've been wanting to do. I've also been having a lot of fun using my TBR jar. I am not going to be using it this month though. I decided to create a bingo card for reading my series. And series are going to be my main focus for this month. Now, before we get into the bingo card and I share with you guys what it is, I do have a couple of books that I do need to read this month. I'm in 2 in-person book clubs, and I am also hosting over on Instagram a Year of Agatha, where we read Agatha Christie's top 10 favorite books that she wrote, and a couple of others. So I do have a couple obligations before I get into some good series. So let's talk about Agatha Christie first. This month is Murder on the Orient Express. I have never read this. I know that there's a ton of different movies and everything for it, and I'm really excited to pick this one up and read it. So if you are interested in joining us this month for this read, comment down below and I would love to set you up with our little buddy read over on Instagram. And then one of my in-person book clubs, we decided to read Cloud Cuckoo Land by Anthony Doerr. I was just reading the back of this because honestly I had no idea what it was about, and it looks like there's kind of sci-fi children on the cusp of adulthood. Sounds like a lot of fun. All right, let's talk about the bingo card. I'm gonna scoot over and I'm gonna insert it right here. I do have a little cheat sheet here so I can look at it. So this is my book series bingo. I just made it a 3x3 because series, who knows, maybe they can be a little short. I have some short ones over here. I also have a really chunky book. So I just want to give some options for everybody. So you'll see we have a book about womanhood. Honestly, most of my books that I read are centered around women, so that one shouldn't be too hard to cross off. I also have read a duology. I do have one that I'm going to talk about that I'm really excited to read. It has been talked about a lot recently, and I love a good duology because you get to go more kind of in-depth in that second book, but then it also all wraps up at the end. Read from a completed series. So this is pick any book in that series, but all of the books have to be already published. I have some books here that the whole series is not out yet, but I also have some that are. Like I have Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. I don't have the 3rd book, but that is a completed series. Finish a series. I have quite a few here. Well, yeah, I have quite a few here that I could use to cross that off because I am definitely wanting to finish a couple of series this month. Who doesn't love a free space? You don't have to do anything for it and you get to cross it off. A book about war. Honestly, pick up any fantasy book. There's gonna be a war that's going on in that book in some form or fashion. A romantic book. I know a lot of kind of rom-com books, they tend to maybe focus on one couple on one book and then another couple on another book. That totally counts. It's all in the same world. Yes, you can read them kind of in different order, everything like that, but totally counts. And then generally in the fantasy books that I read, there's some kind of romantic interest, so that should be pretty easy. Start a new series. I am definitely going to be doing that. And a booktube recommendation. Yeah, I have that too. On that note, let's look at some of the books. My next in-person book club, I am actually going to be hosting it in April, so I do need to read it pretty quickly from the beginning, but it is the start of a series. So it kind of worked out great that this book that I need to read is also a series. It also worked out great because I have the first 3 of the series on my shelf sitting here waiting to be read. So the first book in that series is The Thursday Murder Club by Richard Osman. This is, you're following a group of people at a retirement home who like to just kind of look at cold cases and try to solve them. But then I think something happens with a case where they could actually solve it. So this is the first one in the series, and if I like it, I would like to continue because I also have The Man Who Died Twice and The Bullet That Missed. How's that for a series? I do believe that there's a 4th one. Maybe it's out, maybe it's about to be out. So we'll see how far I can get with the series this month. Now to get to another series, a nice little duology. Like I said, I love a good duology that you can kind of dive a little bit deeper between these 2 books, then it's done and you can say that you finished a series after 2 books. So this is One Dark Window and 2 Twisted Crowns by Rachel Gillig. I have read the back of this. It has been a little bit. Alright, so the back, a maiden must unleash the monster within to save her kingdom in this dark, lush, gothic fantasy debut. So, we will see. I don't know that gothic books are my kind of genre yet. I've tried a couple and they've been good. They haven't totally swept me off my feet, but I have heard a lot of praise for these 2 books, and so thought I would check them out. The rest of the books are all series that I have started already. My next 2 are little short books. There are, I think, 7 in this whole series. I have only read book 1, but that is The Murderbot Diaries. And so I have book 2, Artificial Condition, and book 3, Rogue Protocol. And we'll see if I get done with these and definitely want to continue on with this series. I might pick up the others, or I might just move on to another book and pick up the others some other time. The next is Emily Wilde's Map of the Otherlands by Heather Fawcett. In December, I read the Encyclopedia of Fairies, and I really enjoyed it. It was, maybe I finished it in January, but it was a solid 4.5 star read. Now, that may have just been me. I was a little slumpy, a little moody, all of those things. But this, I'm guessing, will continue where the first book left off, which is you're following Emily Wilde, who is a scholar looking into fairy lore and finding out what is true in them, and she is collecting it all to make an encyclopedia. I really enjoyed the first one and definitely want to check out the second one. I don't think that this one is a finished series. It is not. Book 3 is going to happen. I need to fix a blind. Right, that's a little bit better. The sun is reflecting right off of my car and like onto my eyeball. And then I have a book that will be finishing a duology, and I definitely want to check it out. And that is Ruthless Vows by Rebecca Ross. So this is the second after Divine Rivals. I read that last year and it was a solid 4-star book. I have heard that this one is better about going into kind of more of like the background of the war that is going on. And if it's anything like the other series that she did, I think it was called Elements of Cadence. So that one, again, she's known for writing duologies, and I did like the second book more than the first one. So I'm kind of hoping that that happens again. My last series book to talk about. Honestly, I don't know if it will be finished all in 1 month because there's a lot of books here that I would like to read along with all of these spring books that I want to read. Yikes. But it will be finishing a series that has been going on for a long time. Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J. Maas. It's over 900 pages. It's almost 1,000. Honestly, I started this series in September 2022. Yeah, it has been a long time coming, but it is a large series. It is 6 books and a prequel, so really 7 books long. I don't know, I will do a wrap up of what I thought of the whole series. I would say as of right now, it's kind of 3.5 to 4 star for the whole series. But I definitely want to finish it. I've heard that this one will rip your heart out, all of the above. And I feel like the previous 2 books definitely left a lot to still happen, obviously. I'm at least going to start this in April. I just stacked all of them. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to read all of these in a month. I didn't even count how many there are. Let's see. There's 12 books. I read kind of on average 8 books a month. So, just kind of put that into some perspective. It's ridiculous. There you are. I'm going to go set them down. So that is my plan. I don't even know where I'm going to put all of them because this stack with the ones that I have that I want to read for my spring books are definitely not going to fit on my book cart. So I might have to get a little creative and maybe adjust some things. Sorry, kids are slamming doors right now. But again, here is the book series bingo. Let me know if you would like to do this with me, and I would love to be able to get this to you. I am going to be also sharing it over on Instagram, and so that might be kind of an easier way to go and get it. And really, I created it because I want to do it, and I definitely want to put a focus on series this month. So if you are wanting to join me, I would love that. So now I'm gonna go chug this and organize the books. As always, if you like this video or anything else that I share here on this channel, please make sure to like and subscribe down below. I do have more curriculum videos coming very soon, so if you are not here for my book content, thank you for sticking it out with me. I have fun sharing them. On that note, I will see you all next time.